stick to the team.
Yeah.
Stay on the team. Follow the manager's directions. Do your best.
Yes.
You're just one small part of the team, but you are part of the success.
Mostly people or the young generation look at the end result. They don't see the whole path or the whole journey.
The biblical characters have, we know, beginning, middle, and end of their story, and they're generally tough stories. Even those who have miracles in them, they're generally very tough stories.
Why it's easy to imitate a player than to imitate a biblical character?
They're dramatic. I mean, I'll tell you, I think that all sport is dramatic, and there's a lot of entertainment in sport.
We need to see how David became king. Helpless apostles became the preachers of the whole world.
Do your part of the miracle. If you want to have the miracle, if you want to live, then do your part. بلادي 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 لك حبي وفؤادي مصر يا أم البلاد
Kosisikelele Afrika
أنت غايتي والمراد
Kosisikelele Sina Losafulwayo.
أيوة بقى
Welcome. Hi, Danny.
Hello.
I like your outfit.
Oh, thank
Can
you
you
very
tell
much.
us about it? What is this?
It's the Egyptian outfit, man. Yeah.
Oh.
200%.
From the upper half.
طبعا ancient Egyptian كده هو upper half ancient Egyptian the
And then the photos are usually cut from the middle.
It's
Yes.
okay. Yeah, they were like really summery. بس يعني it's like a Brazilian team t-shirt بس the Egyptian outfit all above. يعني Mo Salah, the whole Egyptian king Mo Salah.
Running down the wing.
بالظبط. Mo Salah, Egyptian king. أهو.
Danny, tell us why are you wearing this outfit?
It's a chance to wear the outfit. I've always had it. I only wear it on national occasions. Like today, last time I wore it.
Egyptian Independence Day today or not?
لا, Independence Day is another issue. But يعني, I wore it last time I wore it was when they were opening this Museum of Civilizations when they were having all the mummies transferred. We were
The
watching
gym,
the
green.
the gym is another story. The one before I wore it because they were transferring the mummies. It's a chance to wear it. It's a chance to really not make a statement, but say what you belong to. It's I believe that we're more Egyptian than anything else. Yes, we do speak Arabic. Yes, a lot of our that what's in our culture comes from the Middle East, comes from GCC, and is Arabian. But we are Egyptians first and foremost. I'd like to.
So, what is the special occasion Egypt is participating?
It's the World Cup. It's the World Cup.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
أيوة بقى.
Die.
أيوة.
Yeah, okay.
Do well.
That's why Shakira mentioned Mo Salah in the song.
Of course, man. Of course. Besides, also
They're proud of Arabs.
200%. 200%. I'd also like to point out with our friendly match in Brazil where we had a draw.
Okay.
And I love the fact that Egypt with the juniors, the last World Cup, but the one with the juniors, Egypt actually won, I think, over Brazil, and that was once in a lifetime. I will never forget. So I'd like to wear this outfit too.
You know that Egypt didn't win any match in the World Cup since 1934.
Why ruin the moment, ya Fady? Why ruin the moment, man? Yeah. It's a moment of pride. We're trying. Keep hope alive, man. Yani, we're really trying. Yani, and we're doing not bad so far.
Maybe this time it will happen.
Ya Rab.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We did well against Belgium. Our opening match against Belgium.
Yes.
I actually had hopes to win. Belgium are actually favorites to win the World Cup, one of the favorites, like Brazil. We did well. We drew. Yeah, 1-1. Yeah. It was a draw.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
It was superb. Do you remember that thing Imam Ashur he did when he scored his goal? He did this kickboxing thing, this WMA thing. So it goes. It was his movement. Egypt is now in a proud moment in the World Cup.
Okay. Let's hope it continues like this until our next episode. But so far, as you said, the World Cup has kicked off like 2 weeks ago, and there were 3 celebrations because this is the first time in history that the World Cup is organized by 3 different countries: Canada, United States, and Mexico. And on this occasion, I saw Pop Leo. He posted on X something related to the World Cup. Let's read it together
Sure.
to see what the holy Pope was saying. So, and maybe we can discuss this further. So he said the World Cup begins tomorrow. He wrote it on 10th of June,
Mm.
on the eve of the World Cup, and many will watch the matches. Soccer reminds us of something we must not forget. Life is not a race to show off on our own, but a path we learn to walk together. Anyone who does not know how to pass the ball, even if they have talent, has not yet understood the game, and anyone who does not know how to live with and for others has not yet understood life. What do you think about that?
I'm generally a bit skeptical when religious figures or church leaders tend to talk about sports or talk about the World Cup. I think that the church is trying to really like join the trend or something, which is not completely wrong. I
Don't
mean,
you think he is doing this because he's an first American pop? He is maybe encouraging, supporting his country as a host for the World Cup this time.
I'll tell you something. Here's the thing about being American and about the three countries hosting the World Cup. Until we go back to the opening ceremonies, but an opening remark, I'll tell you now that every country's opening ceremony was had its national identity out there first and foremost, more than anything else.
Mhm.
They were not really thinking about being global as much as they were thinking about being local. They were saying, this is the US, this is Canada,
Hmm.
this is Mexico. And they pushed every cultural item they had, every bit of identity they had it in the.
I will be controversial on this issue.
Well, يعني, so
What
what
is
else is new?
what is the culture of Canada? What is the culture of the United States?
We'll come
They
to
are
that.
200 years old countries.
They're very young, given, of course, but the Pope here, the Pope here is transcending what's national.
Yes.
He's becoming more global, and he's including everyone. And if I didn't know that in the Bible there were references to sports, I would have said he's really putting two things that don't belong to here, but it's actually there. And funny enough, or not funny enough, the Egyptian Pope, Pope Tawadros, did the very
Yes.
same thing. He had another post talking about how nice things are at
To
the World Cup.
encourage the team.
Yes, of course, and his support. Now, that now it baffles you. One pope is all about globalization. The other pope is all nationalistic, and are they against each other, or do they both work together? Yeah.
I guess both of them are human beings. They have to express their own opinions in the suitable matter. But I guess also they utilize the opportunity
Hmm.
to take the what is all the people all around the world are engaged with, which is the World Cup, to talk about something spiritual, something from Christian perspective. And I like this in the both pops because Pope Leo, for example,
Hmm.
everybody will be engaged watching matches and he tried to analyze what's going on. The people pass the ball from here to there, so you don't have to work alone. Every one of us, when we watch a football match and we find one player who is selfish,
Hmm.
he is going all alone with the ball until he hits the post or whatever. We make fun of him and we say, well, he's very selfish.
طبعا.
But when we have teams like Brazil and stuff, they are marvelous because they are working in a team effort, in a collective team work. That's why Pope Leo is trying to, we can say, highlight this. On the other
Yes.
side, Pope
Hmm.
Tawadros is a very national guy. He wants to everyone to enjoy the World Cup, support Egypt because Egypt is always in his heart. So I don't find any contradicting thing between the two guys. They are both humans expressing their world views in a very nice way.
Yes, and I think the bottom line is that yani, I was just watching another film yesterday that was talking about the church and science, and if there's a reconciliation or if there's a this old
Tom Hanks one, huh?
the angels and demons. Yes, he
Yes.
keep he we from the novels Dan Brown, and I'd like to talk about that. But that's a topic of controversy sometimes, church and science, but obviously church and sports are hand in hand. That's
Yes.
if something is common between both popes or both churches, and again, if we talk, if one is a representative of the Orthodox faith, one is a representative of the Catholic faith, then we have that. Then the churches and different faiths are all okay with sports.
But this is very interesting. You mentioned something in the middle. What is common between Christianity and sports?
the verses in the Bible. I mean, we were talking about that right before starting. There are verses that keep talking about boxing, about racing, about training legitimately, and those were interesting. So if the church is okay, if God, I mean, let's if you know, take it down and not take it up a notch. If God says there is this analogy between being a sportsman and leading some sort of a good spiritual life, then when that's said and done, halas, then the churches don't can't go against it. It works. It's remember when Jesus Christ says, without a parable, he would not talk to them. He would not explain.
Yes.
Making this analogy, like Pope Leo just did, he was like really imitating Christ when he makes an analogy of passing. It's that sort of thing that um, that is quite accessible to the masses, to everyone, and it's accessible even to those who don't follow football.
Yes.
Everyone knows what he means. It makes sense to them,
Yes.
and spiritual. Everyone has a spiritual life, if they're if they're interested in sports or not. I think that
Yeah, I believe also from my humble opinion that every devout Christian usually he thinks he is fighting a battle or is playing a game,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to win the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
He has to strive against his enemy, which in this case could be the opponent team, but he has to win something and he has to make some effort in order to reach the goal. And the goal in our case is the kingdom of heaven for sure. So I believe that's why sports and Christianity are aligned in some stuff if we fight against the rules,
If
the canonic rules.
fine, fine. Let's agree on that now. And I want to talk about the opening ceremonies in a second.
Okay. Did you watch the ceremony?
To be very honest, the timings are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here in Egypt to watch something that starts at 4 a.m. or 1 a.m. Yeah, I would have, I loved to. And then I found out it wasn't one ceremony, it was
It was three.
three.
Yes.
And it's absolutely crazy. But see, I was lucky with the team because they sent me like a complete set of highlights. And the highlights,
What do you
يعني,
think?
not your regular World Cup opening.
From which point of view?
Okay, World Cups, Olympics, huge events like that are ideally very global.
Mhm.
You want to show your national identity, of course, but you want to say you want to show something from every culture that you're having here to say that it's a big event. It's a global event. But this World Cup, I did not, from the highlights that I saw, and they were quite comprehensive. Nothing was really international. It was actually quite the opposite, quite national.
Yes, I noticed this with the Mexican opening at least.
Oof.
I didn't watch the other two, but the Mexican is completely about the Mexican culture and
Absolutely, absolutely.
ancestors and stuff like this.
Aztec. The stadium is in the Aztec Stadium. They're very huge, very famous one, and all the I found all these how do you call it? Mayan cultural icons. People in all sorts of suits and masks, and they're moving and they're shaking and they're dancing. Everything that's Mexican, not very Hispanic. Yani, even though that's what they speak, but yani, very very Mexican. With a lot of respect to that. Yani, young countries are not. They are quite unique. The Mexicans. I liked it, but.
Do you notice anything awkward, weird?
Here's the thing. I was watching the ceremonies or I was watching the highlights waiting for a problem. Because ever since the last Olympics, the ones in France,
Yes.
I was waiting for something that would come out that's going to create controversy.
Go viral and
will go viral and everyone's going to go crazy about it all over the planet. And it didn't happen.
yeah. What about the girl that was doing this kind of
This,
sign?
I don't know what this is. Is this? I mean,
Some people say it's something related to satanic symbols and stuff like this, Masonic stuff. I don't know. Is this a conspiracy theory or we are sometimes taking things too far beyond its real meaning?
I think we are. I mean, or I was at least. I'll admit this to myself. I was watching and waiting for the problematic part, waiting for what does this mean? Is this especially because I was telling you watching these films. It's all about the Freemasons and the Illuminati and I don't know what secret society. And it's interesting. It's juicy to have, but not necessarily everything means that. I mean, you cannot just say that every equilateral triangle means something, and it's all over the place. It's
Yes.
not necessarily satanic. If I knew what she meant by it, if at all, if something, perhaps it meant something with the lyrics.
Hmm.
Something about all of us being equal, and she found instead of creating a circle, she decided to go for a try. I don't know. If yes, then yes.
What about the labubu?
بص بقى لابوبو is يعني I've seen the
What
creature.
is the labubu is doing within a Mexican celebration?
It must have something to do with the culture. It fits. It's not out. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It doesn't look out of place.
Hmm.
So it's or perhaps the origin of the Labubu creature was Mexican, or they had this inspiration from Mexican cultures, and that's why we have the Labubu. To me, Labubu is a creature for children. They play around with something like Lilo and Stitch.
Hmm.
That's what I thought of Labubu. But يعني, to have Labubu and have they want to infuse that. And here's the thing, I was thinking about that. Whenever you want to yani, send signals or make something popular, satanic or not, you really want it to stick out there, to really show,
Hmm.
not send a hidden subliminal signal that a few people would get and the rest of the world won't. That defies the purpose. It's counterintuitive. It works for conspiracy theorists.
Hmm.
That signal. No, if they want to send something, then it will be out loud, like what we saw in the Olympics in France. Wokeism and being tolerant of all sorts of people with all sorts of sexual orientation. We saw that loud and clear.
Yes.
If you want something, you put it
But
outside.
you know that the labubu is forbidden in some Christian schools. Some Christian schools forbid the children to play with it because they say it has some kinds of satanic relations. I read somewhere on the internet that it's inspired from some kind of Mesopotamian god called Bazuzu or something like
Mhm.
this. So, but the artist himself that created, I guess he is an Asian guy. He said it's not related, but
If he says so, then it is. Then I will take him for it. If whatever school feels that it's not right for their children to play around with these toys and dummies, then that's their thing. I respect.
hmm,
Perhaps they are overprotective, or perhaps they see that this is like normalizing something that looks very violent, or that they teach. They would show other images that are close to Labubu, and they would say, "Look at this image. Look at that image." If they're close, then they don't want it.
hmm,
But if it's cultural, then they'll take it. I mean, look at this. Check out this bracelet. Does this look Egyptian to you?
not much.
Not much, but it is.
Mhm.
It comes from Siwa. I like it. I wear it. I think it. I don't wear it for exact good luck, but I think it looks nice. But it is Egyptian, very much so. Even though we don't like it, people would say, but this is not Egyptian. It doesn't look like it. No, it comes from Siwa. It's Amazighi, so and they're not Egyptians originally, but where they've been infused into our culture. You take it like it is. Not everything is about working against you. It actually creates this feeling of enmity that is not necessarily existent.
Yes.
We are ideally aiming for being one, not for being so different, unless something is really proven to be satanic. I think they're really pushing it a bit too much with
Yeah,
the
I believe that since the Olympics, as you said, maybe the people are so much cautious
Hmm.
and very much sensitive towards this kind of things, so they try to pick it from here and there. But on the other hand, if there's a singer on the other hand wearing a cross, does this mean that this is a Christian opening of the World Cup? It does not mean that because he is wearing it as part of his outfit. Maybe someone else is doing some kind of an action or wearing some kind of stuff. I don't want to put this in a bigger scope that this is satanic and Masonic and stuff like this. This is just I feel sometimes that people are doing this to get more views on their videos, and the videos go viral. Go here and there and find there is all satanic Masonic symbols on the World Cup. This is very very fine.
I'll tell you two things. First of all, about the ceremonies, I think that the countries really they showed their best.
Hmm.
Whoever was a celebrity in that country showed up to the ceremony. In the United States, in Canada, in Mexico, up from actors to sportsmen to politicians to singers,
It's a
everyone.
global event.
The biggest stars in every country showed up for their country.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you it's a national event more than anything else. In Egypt, we would have done the same, and that's what I liked about it. But on the other hand, when we talk about forbidding something or talking about something, I think it's the fear of following a celebrity.
Hmm.
Why? I mean, if I mean in that Catholic school you're talking about where they had problems with Labubu, would they talk the same about um, players who would cross themselves while getting on the
They will
pitch
see that
or
this is
after?
something,
They would
يعني,
praise it.
yes, praise it exactly.
But what of players who don't believe or who have different beliefs?
Hmm.
Should we like have a different stance on it, or should we accept it all as part of the player's belief?
Hmm.
And it's that way.
You are opening a big topic here, so maybe we can move to talk about it, which is it okay to the players to show their spirituality and their religious affiliations in public, to, or this is not, should be avoided because this is something should be between you and God. You don't have to show it. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think that the players are allowed to do what they want to a great degree. I mean, the players are not completely unaware. They have their PR people. In their clubs and in the team, they have PR people to tell them what's okay and what's not. And ideally, no one wants to alienate themselves from the rest of the world. However, the players are allowed a lot of freedom so that they would play up to their best. So that's why sometimes the player would like wear headphones and not listen to the crowds because
Mhm.
they're affected, or sometimes they would do something that is religious to them that would actually calm down their psyche and help them perform better. It's all about the performance
Let me take you back one step back. You said that those players are aware of what they are doing,
to
and they
some
have
extent.
PR people who
Sure.
are helping them. So, do you think that doing this on purpose, they want to deliver a special message? They want their fans to follow their religious affiliations, or what do you think?
I think that people have watched so many performances that they would have a sense of what is fake and what is real.
Mhm.
If the players express something religious or do a certain movement because it is natural to them, it would show and people would connect with it or understand it or tolerate it at least. If it is done for show, if I score and then I say and I cross myself and then I look at the camera and say it's me being all Christian, I believe in God doing, people will pick up on the performance to a great extent.
Let's take some examples. Did you watch the videos for Roberto Firmino getting baptized and baptizing his friend Alison Becker, the goalkeeper of Liverpool? Both of them
No,
are in the Brazilian national team.
I saw the firefighters in the airport in Brazil spraying the plane as if they're baptizing the whole team
Mhm.
before going to the
Champagne or
World Cup.
what?
Then I was water, man, and I thought, really, are you people serious? And it's obviously a thing that happens every World Cup. I just saw it this World Cup, but it tells you that um, it looks like part of being Brazilian, as opposed to a million other things, is being Catholic. They
Some of them are Catholic, some of them are Protestant, and so on.
But I think there's a big
But
majority.
Roberto Firmino and Alison were baptized for Baptist Church.
Well, they would ideally be the exception. But if you have a whole plane or a whole team going being baptized, very Catholic. Catholic. I mean, a lot of South American countries are mainly Catholic, I think.
Hmm.
So if it's part of their culture, even though you have all the Brazilian dancers and the carnivals where everyone is Catholic led with dressed and it looks like and the music and everything else, but it's also part of their culture to be Catholic. It's like the Italians. You think it's all about the food and the music and the cars and everything, but it's also about the church and about being Catholic. So if it's part of the culture, you take it.
So you think those videos of Firmino getting baptized and so on, and like we saw Neymar Jr. before, whenever he scores a goal, he says, "I belong to Jesus," and show his t-shirt, undershirt, and so on. This is acceptable.
Yes, because I if
And
it,
on the other side as well, we see Karim Benzema doing Hajj
yes, doing the Sajda,
ceremony.
remember we saw that video.
Yes,
Yeah.
stuff like this, and Lamine Yamal and We talk about the Muslim players in the Premier League and stuff like this. It's you think it's okay.
You have to be. You have to be. You might be different, but you have to be
Don't you
tolerant.
think that the people are polarized a little bit and trying to focus on these things? You mean whenever some Muslim player is doing something, they go and shed a light on it to show this is how good is this religion, and the other side, the other party is doing the same whenever this guy is doing some Christian thing. So is it normal? Is it good? Is it healthy?
I'll tell you what I think. I think that whoever, if you're a Christian and you believe that Christ died for everyone,
Hmm.
then you'll be okay with what happens,
Yes.
and you will be tolerant and hope for the best. And that's how it is. If you do it to polarize people, then you are not. It's not even being your best human.
Hmm.
A lot of what's happening, and a lot of what's happening in sportsmanship ideally is about being your best self,
Hmm.
individually and as a part of a team and a larger community. You are representing your country, you're trying to show your best, and it's about being the best human in every way possible. We don't watch the players just for their physical abilities. We watch the players. I mean, why do we watch the World Cup? We watch it to watch the fans really identify. We watch the players really become the best humans. You should the game with Canada and Qatar, where the Qatarians, they lost six, but the one who had a broken leg, and all the players huddled around him and hoping that he makes it through, and until the paramedics, they fixed his leg temporarily until they took him off the pitch.
There was a
That was,
Canadian player, right?
yes, Canadian play. It was a human moment, and you've seen it in other teams, in other competitions. There were some players, and even on a more serious event, they would their tongue would get stuck in their throat,
Yes, yes.
and it's hugely problematic. And then the game stops, the whole world stops, and you stop being a player,
Happened with
and
Eriksson, the guy
yes,
from Sweden.
Sweden,
Yeah.
and you become a human, your best human.
Hmm.
And that is what sportsmanship is. That's what you should push for, not polarization.
So on the same topic, from my humble opinion,
Mm,
allow me. So I feel that the players are part of the public domain because they are celebrities,
mm.
and maybe you and I, we go to church, we pray, we do some stuff. Nobody is caring about it because who is Danny and who is Fady? But
Well,
with my all respect.
thank you.
But when Mo Salah is doing something, when Messi is doing something, Cristiano is doing something, this is for sure under spot. Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, he is a top person, I believe, on the social media, on all platforms, with I don't know how, maybe more than 100 million followers. So I believe part of the planet
Mhm.
will focus with him. It's up to him to show this or not. But
Mm.
whenever he is doing something like this, it will be amplified because of his
So that
size as a player and fame. But this will take us to another part. If I am that famous, for sure,
mm,
I will be a role model for some youth, for young generations, and so on.
mm.
Do I have to utilize this, or what is the impact and stuff like this?
You're being idealistic, if it. I
Mm,
mean, I mean, come on, man. I mean, I mean, if someone thinks that what I am going to do will affect the youth, that's quite ideal. I mean, I would hope that everyone thinks so, but I don't believe it. I
yeah.
don't think so. I mean, I believe that people, like I told you, people are guided by their PR teams, and they would do things. They would, if someone does something, an act of charity or an act of kindness, then they do it not just because the PR team says so, but also if it's out of their own heart, then yes. But no, I don't think that every action they do is guided by that principle, because by their action being connected to other people. It's I believe that that's a good thought to have, but that's very selfless. And I
Mm,
don't think that they're absolutely selfless. I think
mm.
there's a good
There
bit of
is something behind. There is an agenda behind it.
they prioritize themselves.
Hmm.
Not if I prioritize myself, it does not mean that I will completely disregard my celebrity status and my effect on others. But I don't think that they prioritize their effect first. Besides, we must remember that they are humans first and foremost. They are affected by their celebrity status. They're affected by the money they have. They're affected by people cheering for them, and they feel like, yeah,
King and queens.
they feel like gods, man.
Yes, yes.
They feel larger
The
than
Egyptian
life.
king, we know the Egyptian
Of
king. Yeah.
course, everyone feels. I mean, look at their celebration. Everyone thinks that when they score and they hear 70 or 100,000 people cheering their name
Maradona, when he scored the famous goal against Argentina in
against Argentina.
1986, against, sorry, against England, I'm
Uh
sorry,
huh.
against England 1986 with his hand.
Ah, the hand of
He
God.
said it's a hand of God.
Of course,
Yes,
it gets to you. As a player, it gets to you. The cheering gets to you. Your celebrity status gets to you, and you start not. You start working for it. You start worshiping, even though you're the reason that you became a celebrity. But um, you start wanting that. You like it so much. That's why some people would like to play forever and ever. They
yes,
always like the spotlight. They don't want to relinquish it ever. It and it is that nice. And when you lose it, it has that great effect on you.
yes,
People want the attention forever and ever. It feeds a lot into them. It feeds a lot of who you are, because if you think that you are not just limited to one person or one small family, especially that others have connected to you already, you don't want to let go, and it pressures you as a player.
yes. So yeah, in part of the related to the PR and stuff, I watched the movie Michael. If
Ah,
you saw it,
yes,
so
200%.
I saw that part of the movie that Michael Jackson was taking some time gifts to the children
Mm-hmm.
in hospitals where there are burned children or patients with cancers and
Mm-hmm.
so on.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was part of his PR
Yes.
because on the other hand I saw the documentary Verdict on Netflix
Mm.
when the movie was presenting him on one beautiful
He's an
side,
angel.
the Verdict was presenting him as the devil and the demon, as the harasser of
Oh,
children.
yeah, yeah.
So
Molester.
I believe he used to do this in order to balance his image in front of the audience and his fans. The same goes with the footballers specifically
Of
when
course.
they do some kind of charity and because they want to keep their image
Of
and
course.
so on.
Then it's them prioritizing themselves first. And I
Yes,
cannot ask them to be selfless, because even that's you're we aim to be selfless. We would hope to be selfless while still fulfilling our mission, but it's not what happens all the time.
mm.
They are humans first, and if they're not selfless, then I will be understanding of that.
Did you have an idol footballer in your life before?
Uh, I didn't have no, not one player, not really. Some in the English team, yes, but generally I had teams. I had yeah, preferred teams. I mean, I like the Brazilians. I think they have good teamwork, but their individual skills are great. But I was so pro Germany. I thought Germany should win all the time. Now
Mm.
I'm between Germany and England all the time. And even though there's a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, who you'd have to admire his dedication and what he does for himself and for Portugal, I still am not. You know, I have Portuguese friends, but I still don't support the team all that much. But yeah, I understand that. But what you're saying about brings another point. It is our responsibility not to idolize anyone that much.
Yeah. For me, when I was a child, I loved Maradona.
Ah,
It
Maradona.
was the star of our generation.
He's
Everybody
magnetic.
looked at him greatly, and everyone was wearing T-shirt number 10 and
Of course.
trying to play with your left foot, even if you are a right-footed person.
Hmm.
He was an idol. But look at the end of Maradona, how his career ended. He ended as a drug addict, and he died with overdose.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Many stories like this. I saw also the documentary about Maradona when he went up to his glory in Napoli,
Ah,
when he won with them the Italian
league.
league,
Yes.
and he at the same time the World Cup was played in Italy, and what happened between him and the Italian fans, and how his relation grew with the mafia in
Yes.
Napoli, and he ended this way. So
So did he really think of the fans? What you're telling us, the players think of their
No,
effect on others?
I believe he thought himself as a king, above criticism, and this is the point. Some players goes to this quarter, this zone.
Hmm.
I am out of criticism. I can do whatever I do. I did provide for the football and the fans, and you have to respect my achievements.
Of course.
How do I deliver the message, or what message should I want to deliver to the youth who are taking those people as idols and imitating them, even in the haircut, in the tattoos, in whatever?
Why do people idolize people? I mean, they idolize them because they represent the potential, what they could be, what
Hmm.
they hope to be. I hope to be as gifted, as talented, as rich, as famous.
So there is a thin line between taking someone as an inspiration and between imitating him and his actions.
I'm very okay. Here's the thing: I cannot be just. I don't want to take a moral high ground and say why people do that. But some people are just. That's all they can do until it's like it's an instant gratification thing, and it's all you can do for now until I can actually have the dedication or start, because we don't all have the same starting points. We don't all have what it takes. We don't all have the lifestyle we can do or to achieve all of this. Perhaps we don't need to, because we don't all have the same mission.
Hmm.
But that's, some people still don't know that, and even I don't. But we should try. But idolizing someone, thinking that they are infallible, everyone knows that. And those, I mean, right now, where the internet is there and everyone can attack any player because rightly or wrongly, it should really wake everyone up.
Hmm.
Being polarized is not right. Having someone as infallible is not correct.
Hmm.
You cannot be. It's that much. We've seen all sorts of players do things right and wrong. So I mean,
Yes.
why still do it? Yes, if when we're young, and as older people, we have other things to look up to, but we cannot keep doing that. We can. What is actually completely okay by everyone is looking at how they deal with the team, not
Hmm.
how they deal individually, how they deal with the rest of their team, how do they deal with their communities,
Hmm.
even if it is not all completely personal, even if they are led by others. But what is good, you should stick to it, and that's what you take. We cannot be just um, sheep in that manner. I believe that if one person is going to look at someone and idolize them or think that they're great, I think it's, if I believe that I could be as great, I have that potential, then I have to be that selective.
Hmm.
I cannot just follow blindly. Not all the stories are identical. Marmoush's story is not exactly Salah's story,
Yes.
not exactly Hamza's story, not exactly Trezeguet's story. They're not close, but not. So if the stories are a bit different, then I have to discern. I have to make that selective choice of what works for me. I look at at their journey, and I select what works best for me.
Hmm.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
You are not expected to follow blindly. If you want to follow God blind, yeah, that's one story. But flawed humans, you be selective. If you want to be as great, you should be as selective. You should make those decisions. It's not. It's easier said than done. I can't do it all the time, but that's what we need to do. We
Yeah.
cannot follow someone just blindly.
Exactly. But and this also bring to my mind another question.
Hmm.
Why it's easy to imitate a player than to imitate a biblical character? So it's easy to follow a player and imitate him and take him as a role model, but it's very difficult to do the same with a biblical character. What do you think about that? Because the football is something uh, shiny. There is a lot of money, fame, but the other stuff are just related to God and
They're dramatic. I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, I think that all sport is dramatic, and there's a lot of entertainment in sport. I believe that sports are mainly about entertainment more than anything else.
Yeah.
Watching 22 people in shorts chasing a ball and pushing it into a net.
And
Yeah.
every T-shirt now is a block of commercials.
Of course. I mean, so what is this? But I believe, yeah, away from it being entertaining, the biblical characters are generally flawed,
Mhm.
generally problematic, and you see their stories beginning to end with a lot of problems.
Mhm.
The stars now in sports or in entertainment or in the arts, you see what is shiny,
Mhm.
and when they talk about the hardships, they talk about them.
Mhm.
Going through them is another story.
Yes.
We should remember, I mean, we watch a game, we love how players play and how they deal with the fame, but it's very temporary. You walk out of the game, you're the same person. Yes, you are elated a bit, but you go back to your regular life. And that's tough. And that's life is like what the biblical characters go through. Not as shiny, not as bright. So I'll just take what's shiny because it's here and now.
Mhm.
The biblical characters have, we know, beginning, middle, and end of their story, and they're generally tough stories. Even those who have miracles in them, they're generally very tough stories.
Mhm.
So I'd rather, it's an easier way out to follow someone whose story looks so shiny and it looks like they're playing.
Mhm.
Not that it's their job and they have to follow a diet and sleep at certain hours and exercise forever and ever and not have the life you have.
Mhm.
It's not, it's not accurate. It's nice, and we don't know everything they go through. I mean, biblical characters, to get anywhere good, they had to go through hardships, and if those who didn't, to maintain a good spiritual relationship, it's a lot like training for sports.
Mhm.
What we don't see. Ah, we read. Ah, they used to pray every day, morning, noon, and night. But try doing it.
Yeah, but this is teasing me to another question. Then you always tease me for more
Here we
for a
go.
lot of questions. Not a source of good inspiration, but okay, let me say you tease me for
معلش.
more questions. You trigger some questions inside my mind. So what I am hearing for you is that biblical characters are not that attractive for sure and there are lots of fluid and stuff like this, but the other stuff are shiny and glowy. And so is this is some kind of a um, diabolic plan to focus on what is shining and get away from the word of God? I'm not talking about sports here.
Mhm.
I don't, nobody understand me wrong. Sports is encouraged, is praised, does not contradict with anything Christian. On the opposite,
Mhm.
it's praising teamwork and selfishness, so it's okay. But I'm talking about focusing on what's glowing and what's glamorous
Mhm.
versus something with effort and striving and in the
It's
Bible.
easy. It's easy. It's like scrolling forever and ever.
Hmm.
You're fulfilled. Your brain, you know the analogies of having a certain drug and with a lot of scrolling and whatever oxytocins is being released because it's pleasurable. It's like taking any sort of drugs, and that it induces that effect that you would get of that effect of elation that you would get after really succeeding at something, that the players get that elation after a ton of hard work, after a lifetime
Hmm.
of discipline.
Hmm.
You want it right here and now, you take drugs. You want it here and now, you keep scrolling and looking at the images, and then you will not get off your phone and be more fit.
Hmm.
You will not be able to be more talented. You won't be, but you will have this very minute feeling of satisfaction because you had it in your mind, in your imagination so much, and it's that much. And if you want to talk about something diabolical, then you are absolutely right.
Hmm.
Don't do the hard work
Yeah.
and get that small gratification very quickly, and you stay stuck to it, and then watch. And I am not above anyone else. I am there.
Yeah.
To get up and do the hard work is tough.
Yeah, you are hitting a good point because mostly people or the young generation look at the end result. They don't go see the whole path or the whole journey. Messi came from zero to heroes. He faced some challenges when he was a young player, in Barcelona because of his physique and so on. Cristiano faced some issues. Mo Salah the same, and nobody believed in him. We look at the end result. We don't see the whole path. Because everyone nowadays wants to be famous quickly, wants to be rich quickly, but it took years of struggle plus good luck for sure. Good opportunities were available for those guys, and they utilize it in a good way. On the other hand, I see that when we look at the biblical characters, sometimes as well we look at the end result. We
Mm.
need to see the whole story. We need to see how David became king, how Abraham became the father of all these nations, how those helpless apostles who did not know anything became the preachers of the whole world. So we have to take from here and there, and we balance between both sides.
It's simple. I mean, I'll just simplify it, but it's a lot of hard work. Do your part of the miracle.
Yeah.
If you want to have the miracle, if you want to live, then do your part.
Yeah, I remember someone said, "Be the miracle."
Be the miracle. Just
Yeah.
join the miracle. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. We're not here to be tested to fail.
Mhm.
You're here to actually succeed. But do your bit, your very tiny bit.
Yeah.
And then it's like these sayings, do your best, God will do the rest. Yes, but it's actually correct.
Hmm.
When you talk about players being at crossing 40 and still performing on, it's their best.
Mhm.
The rest of the team has to take care of things. The
Yes.
manager has to help them too. They're not put there at when they're like not in their strongest physical state to look bad. No, they're put there to actually help. They're still giving their best. They are functional. And that's what you have to do. Stick to the team.
Yeah.
Stay on the team. Follow the manager's directions. Do your best.
Yes.
You're just one small part of the team, but you are part of the success. You want to celebrate. You want to get on stage with everyone else and get the rich and fame. You want to feel that feeling of success. Just stay on the team.
Exactly. Exactly. This is remind me with something funny that whenever people say that if the team is praying and doing, God will help them and so on. Yes, God will do that, but God is fair as well because He look at the effort of everyone, how they trained, how they be dedicated, how it's not about the prayers only. God wants us to pray to Him for sure and want us to work. We have to do both together in order to get the reward at the end.
200%.
It's not only by religion, it should also by effort as well.
200%.
Yeah.
I mean, 200%. I mean, and that's what's going to get you through. I mean, that's what we're going to see up to in the following games. You will see actually the teams being more cohesive, the teams working better together.
Yes.
If they stick together, they do everything together, they will improve. The teams that keep going through the group stages and going forward, you'll see them playing actually better. They say, oh, but the teams get more tired. Not really. They do. They get enough rest, but as a team, they actually work together, and that gets you ahead. It is not all hardships. You are not alone in that journey.
Yes.
We need to be reminded of that.
You are not alone.
We're not alone.
Yeah.
Yani,
I'm here with you.
well, hello, Michael.
So, as always, Danny, this is very interesting to talk about you. And I see you're wearing some hats from the Egyptian team. I don't know where these things now, but maybe they will help you to forecast the future.
If I wear my Tutankhamun head cover,
you can get us some information. Whom do you think will win the World Cup?
That's a huge question, man. That's a huge. I'm not even that much of a soccer expert. I mean, that's what I like about sports.
Top three nominees.
That top three. I mean, the Germans have to be up there. The English have had such a huge start.
But the English are always like this. They have a good start and then they stumble along
and
the
it's
way.
dramatic, and everyone.
And Harry Kane starts to weep and stuff
of
like
course,
that.
every time. I just hope for their sake that they do better. Here's the thing. I'm wishing for more, for newer teams to make better stages. I mean, I hope for what we've seen, perhaps Egypt will get through this round and move up, and maybe another one. I'm not too sure. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but perhaps. The last World Cup with the Koreans and the Japanese, I have not seen such physical fitness ever. They are surprising. They will come. Yeah, they should finish much better than the last World Cup.
Let's take it from continent by continent. Okay,
Okay.
if we say Africa, whom do you expect will go to later stages? We wish Egypt,
We wish for Egypt,
but
of course. Cameroon. I mean, they're
the
our best.
Moroccans
The Moroccans, nah. Well, they did well on their first game.
and the second as well. I saw it yesterday
I
night.
didn't, no, I didn't catch
They
it.
won 1-0 against Scotland.
Excellent. Then perhaps
They are qualified already to the next round.
then okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Then them. Then the Moroccans, North Africa, all the way.
Yeah. What Latin America?
Brazil are always favorites.
Okay.
The Uruguay, Colombians, they do a good show.
Argentina
Argentina
do it 2 times in a row.
classically speaking, but I want entertainment. I want new people. I
Yeah.
want new teams. I mean, when Spain only did it once, and I want to see what will happen.
But Brazilian current team is not as strong as we expect.
The teams will get better. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
For
So from Africa, you say Cameroon.
Cameroon, I hope.
Latin America, you say Brazil.
Yes.
Europe.
Europe, I'm torn. I am torn. I am biased. I am biased. Germany all the way.
Okay.
Germany all the way.
Okay.
I'm biased.
North America.
North America is only North America. I mean, between North America and Canada, I think the Americans have a better chance.
Mexico is not on the
Mexico
chart.
always do a good show, but they were not World Cup.
But the American team is good. American team.
They are very strong and like improving one tournament after the other for the Americans, definitely. I mean, and if you're a host country and playing, there is that advantage.
Yeah.
And because they're such a big team and they've done so much, I expect, and as a country they have a lot more to spend on sports and to do for sports, and and everyone there is really attending all games. But I think the Americans have a better chance, even more than the Canadians and the Mexicans.
Asia.
I hope the Japanese do
Japanese.
it. I hope the Japanese do it.
Yeah, because they clean the stadium after every match.
They're amazing people. What I mean, and it feels right and it's normal, and and if
This is a nice role model. Yeah.
I mean, follow that, man.
Yes.
Follow that. I mean, they're great on pitch, off pitch. They're amazing.
Yes.
And yeah,
I can say my expectations as well.
give us
Okay,
what
so
you have.
for Africa, I see Morocco
Hmm.
because last World Cup they came fourth,
Oh, wow.
and I still see the potential in the team. Ashraf Hakimi with Paris Saint-Germain winning the Champions League
Amazing.
for the second year in a row, so they are still in a good
He's in top
position.
form. Yeah.
Latin America, I'm torn between Brazil and Argentina, but I believe Argentina could do better. North America is still with you. It's America. For Europe, I'm not sure Germany or Spain, because maybe Spain is going to improve in a while.
I hope so.
They have very good talents as
Germany.
well.
Yeah. 20%.
Asia, I can agree with you. It's about Japan, most likely. Yeah.
The land of the
These
rising
are
sun.
recorded on tape. So whenever the World Cup ends in July, we will see whose prediction were right.
Yeah, and hopefully,
yeah.
I will hopefully see a nicer tournament, better games, quicker games, more goals, a lot of more human moments in the games. We'll see a lot of fans doing a lot of things, and we'll see players getting better. It only gets better from here. That's what I'm.
Do you
hoping
expect
for.
something weird to happen across the tournament till the end?
I'm not something weird as much as I don't know where they're having. I think it's already settled where they're having the quarterfinals, semifinals, and final. But I'm wondering for a closing ceremony, what will happen? Will all countries have one big common ceremony? What will I mean to have such an amazing three opening ceremonies? What will you do in the last one? That's I'm looking forward to that tons.
Yeah, I saw one funny video on TikTok. I remember for one Brazilian lady. She is like a fortune teller or something.
Ooh.
She said that she saw a vision that there was some kind of alien invasion during the World Cup, and it will happen. She specified a day, and it will happen during a Brazilian match, and they will kidnap people from or rapture people from, it depends on how do you say it, from the stadium, and she named the Neymar Junior will be taken with her on the spaceship, stuff
With
like that.
her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I have one word for you to in reply to that.
yes.
Unfollow.
It came because of the algorithm. I don't know, but it came in front of
Unfollow,
me,
man.
and some news channels were looking at her. But anyway, because maybe we need to have another episode about the UFOs and
Sure.
the alien stuff, because this has been crazy in the last 2 or 3 weeks, when the department, I believe the FBI or CIA. Posted some documents about those things, and I have seen some episodes for Pierce Morgan and stuff like this talking about this topic. So it has been hot in the
Let's do
past.
that.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can, because
there
we,
was this film still out 2 days ago. Disclosure Day, they call
yeah,
it.
disclosure. It's about aliens as well. So yeah, we can do it another time.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's hope so. What we talked about today is really interesting for you guys, and thank you, Danny, for having you. It's always a pleasure to have you
Absolute
here,
pleasure.
with us, with these kind of funny outfits and stuff.
Wait for the coming episode. Where for
Okay,
my next
okay,
outfit?
okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next episode of the
The broadcast.
broadcast.